Good day. My name is Leon Gaumond, and I have the pleasure of serving as the town manager here in the town of Weston. I want to thank you for joining me for the latest episode of Under the Cupola, where I try to talk to some of the people that make Weston a really great and interesting place, both to live and both to work. So today, I want to talk a little bit more about finance. And you may recall from our last meeting, we met with the principal assessor of the town of Weston and got to learn a little bit about what Eric does for the town and how he got there. Today, I want to talk to two new people in the finance department. First is our finance director, Susan Kelly, and our treasurer collector, Zoe Pierce. I've asked them both to come today to talk a little bit about the things that they do in their jobs, working for the town of Weston and the residents of Weston. But I also want to talk to them and get them to show to the people of Weston a little bit about the new programs that we're implementing this upcoming year and how you folks might get some extra tools in the toolbox to be able to manage the property taxes and the other fees and such that you have to pay to the town of Weston. So without further ado, I just want to start by calling on Susan. Susan, you are the finance director for the town of Weston. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and the people who are watching at home, a little bit about yourself, how you became a finance director here in Weston, a little bit about your background and a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Hello, everyone. So it started off, I actually went to, let's start back in the day when, after I graduated college, I went to business school at Bryant College. Now it's university. I got out of school and I entered the financial institution world of credit unions. I worked there for about 10 years through various roles. I started as accounting supervisor and went up to financial officer and ended at chief financial officer. But after 10 years, also during that 10-year period, I also got my master's in finance from Bentley College, now also university. But after 10 years, I decided I kind of wanted a change. And at that time, I had heard about a job opening in Weston for a town accountant. And how it came about was my family, my husband and his family are all municipal employees, slang munis, if you will. So I had heard, all the kind of stories at dinner time and about their jobs and was, hey, this could be kind of a great fit. So the opening came about for town accountant. I interviewed and I remember just looking at the website, I wanted to make sure that I was a good fit for the community and the community was a good fit for me. So I looked at the website, which was had a plethora of information. I actually drove around the community to see how I liked it. I knew a little bit about Weston. Growing up, I'm from Walpole and we were fierce competitors in field hockey with Weston. So I knew a little bit about the community, but I didn't know, the ins and outs. So I had driven around, found, wow, this is a really beautiful town. Looks like a great community. So I interviewed. And when I interviewed, I got a really great feeling about the team in Weston as well. So having said that, I went home and I remember thinking after the interview, wow, I really hope I get this job. It seems like a great fit and just a great team. So I was very happy when I was offered, the position of town accountant. That was in 2012. I came here. I worked in that position for about 5 years. And then the finance director, that current finance director had moved on. She had gone to another town. So I was offered the position of finance director / town accountant. And that's where I am today. So I've been with the town for a little over 10 years. And still just loving the teamwork, the community, and how there's just great involvement in the community and just, yes.
Tell me a little bit about the finance department. Like, what would people, typically call your office for or visit your office for? And tell me the folks, what kinds of positions that you have within your department.
So the finance department consists of, it is the town assessor, the accounting department, and the treasurer's department. And we also have the procurement department within the finance department as well. So it's anywhere from tax assessment to paying your bills with Zoe. Then Zoe will get into that a little bit more. And on the accounting side, we keep the books for the town and the financials, making sure that all the processes and the financials are in order. The procurement side, we have to follow Mass General laws for purchasing. So we have a dedicated procurement analyst for that role, to make sure that we're all keeping in line with government practices and municipal laws.
Yep. Yeah. The municipal procurement laws are pretty strenuous in Massachusetts. And it's in some ways it's very good because they give a lot of, it gives a lot of protection to the taxpayers of the Commonwealth to make sure that we're doing the best with their monies. But it does give us some hoops that we have to jump through whenever we're buying, things over a certain amount of money. So thank you very much, Susan. Zoe, treasurer collector, tell us a little bit about you and your role and how you ended up coming to work for the town of Weston.
So I started in public accounting. I worked for Deloitte. And then I was a stay-at-home mom for 10 years and fell into municipal finance. So it was, for me, it's been, I love the career. I love what it is. I love working for Susan. It's a nice fit for what I wanted to do. I was not somebody who wanted to sell something, that wanted to do whatever. It's public service. And so that's sort of where I am. I'm sure there are people that have dealt with me that are not happy with me, but it's the job. It's collecting taxes.
So tell me a little bit about that. You collect the taxes, send out the tax bills, and
yeah. So I look at it. To be honest, I look at it as that. People can get behind, but if they get too far behind, they might need a guidance to, bring them into. You're getting too far out of the, where you'll be able to dig out of. And so I feel like I am doing a public service and helping people kind of manage their affairs. And I love this job. I love working for Susan, and I love working for the town of Weston. It's a wonderful place to work. Before I was in Wayland, I was in Concord before that. Very high-end towns and very this town has just been a really good fit for me, as it has been for Susan. So it's just I hope that people feel that from my office and my staff.
That's great. Thank you for sharing. I guess to both of you, what are the kinds of some of the complaints or calls that you folks might get in your office? What are some of the things that people are worried about that they end up calling you about in your various capacities?
So I'll steal this from Susan and just say that it's no secret that the United States Postal Service has had issues. There are people that have said they haven't gotten their mail, they've mailed it, and we haven't gotten the mail. That's an issue. One of the things, and I don't know if I'm jumping the broom here with you, Leon, but what COVID did for us was to show us where we when we had limited staff here, it did show us where we had shortfalls. And so we're changing our online provider as for payments online. So with the online service provider, there will be email alerts that go out as long as you sign up for it. There will be just a ton of stuff that during COVID kind of broke down. And so when you're talking about complaints, those are the complaints. We tried contacting you, we tried mailing things and they didn't get there, and that kind of thing. And I mean, that's what we're all about, is customer service. That's what we do. So, you know, we're working on it, and I think we're making major improvements. So,
Great.
Can I expand on what I had said earlier too about what the finance department does? It's kind of come out in this question a little bit more. Is, you know, our main function is we take in revenues and we pay out expenses. That's our day-to-day activity. So we deal with all departments across town, vendors, residents. There's nothing that really doesn't pass through our office when it comes to, you know, financial money and such. So, you know, COVID, as Zoe was saying, COVID did show us some of our shortfalls, and we're trying to become more efficient with departments and with residents through technology. And that's our major goal, I think, for FY23 in the upcoming year, is how can we improve through technology, making processes more efficient and making it more convenient for everyone across the board.
Great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Zoe, going back to you, part of your job as the treasurer collector is to deal with the trust funds that we have here in town. And you work pretty closely with the commissioners of trust in your role. Tell me a little bit about that board and what kinds of things that they do for the town.
so number one is I would say this is the town of Weston has been so generous in their like I mentioned before, I was in Wayland, and which is an equally wealthy town, and I will say Weston and the benefactors have been over the top. So you have a group of, it's a member, a board of 3, and that they manage anywhere between 26 to 30 million dollars worth of funds that have been donated from people. They are 100% trust funds. And, you know, depending on the market, it goes on. There are scholarships that come out of that I'm sure that those of you that have children understand that there, you know, there's that piece. There is also hardship benefits, like you know, I mean, they're just so, you know, the veterans, there are just so many different things, but it is a huge piece of the revenues that the town has. I kudos to Sanford Whitehouse, who is the chair of the committee. They take their job very seriously, and it's just, I've never worked for a town before that has had so many people that have been so generous to make sure that the community kind of does what they think they should do, whether it's you know, library funds or whether it's whatever. It's astonishing to me. So I don't know, Leon, what else you want me to say. I just think it's a huge.
Oh, I think it's great that the people of the town would know that, you know, that we have a significant amount of trust fund monies in the town, and that they're being really well managed by not only municipal staff, but also other residents of the town who are elected to kind of make sure that these things are being handled in the proper manner. So that's great news. Susan, part of what you and I work on together most of the year is on the budget, right? Whether it's developing resources and projections for revenues, but also working with the department managers and the boards and committees of the town on what the spending plans will be for the upcoming year. And part of what we get to do is work with the finance committee and with various other boards and committees on trying to come up with what is the right operating budget for the town, and that includes capital purchases, borrowings for projects, and the like. Can you tell me a little bit about the budget process from your perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I think we do a very thorough budget process. We, it starts out with our financial summit with the select board, finance committee, and school committee, where we kind of talk out what we envision for the next upcoming year, what challenges we might face, and what we've seen in the past. Then it goes into, departments getting their requests for what their upcoming budget, what they are going to need, what their needs are for the upcoming year. And, there's meetings with the departments and a FinCom rep, town manager, the assistant town manager, and finance is in there as well. And we kind of have a very good discussion, I think, about, okay, what are your spending needs, and is this necessary? Where could you see savings? All that kind of good discussion comes up. We've kind of started talking about performance measures in the past couple of years, which is a great thing to start talking about with when we're measuring our performance against ourselves, trying to see how we are going from year to year with what we have, and where there's opportunity for improvement or what's working, so then we do that all through the months of November and December, and then in January, the budget's presented to the select board by you, Leon, after vigorous talks. And then, then they come to the finance committee. The different department heads come to speak to the finance committee about their needs. There's long discussion there as well. I welcome anyone to attend those meetings when we're talking about budgets. And then, then the next step is, okay, the select board puts forth the budget that they're going to recommend, and then it goes to town meeting where the voters vote. And we've been very lucky in the past that I think that the town sees that we have a thorough process in our budgeting decisions, and it's not just it's well thought out and put together. So I think that that's why it's very well supported, and it's going through the talks with everyone. I don't think it's frivolous spending. I know we have some serious discussions of what we can, like what the year's looking like, and what could we do this year, what's not necessarily necessary this year, and what we could push off or what we don't need. So,
yeah. Great, thank you very much. And since we're on the subject of the budget, I want to commend you and your staff for the GFOA Distinguished Budget Presentation Award that we recently received for the 10th year in a row. So I really am impressed, and I think that I speak for the people of Weston when I say, we're really proud of the work that you and your team does on behalf of the town, and keep up the good work. It's a very impressive award that the town receives for its budget preparation and presentation skills.
Yeah, so can I just add on that one? So for people who don't know what the GFOA is, it's the Government Finance Officers Association, and they put out best practices in government finance throughout the country. So to be recognized by them for such a great award it's a big deal. Not everyone gets it. You know, we have a lot of the people who actually do receive it have, you know, big budget departments. Their cities, they have big budget departments. We do it, you know, with the input of the departments. You know, we're a smaller town, so we're very proud of that. That for a small town, we can get this stuff together and be recognized by an organization, the finance organization, the National Financial Organization, that provides us with best practices on how to run government finance.
Great, great. Well, thank you very much for both of you for coming today and to talking a little bit about the finance department and in your offices. Part of what I'd like to do today is talk about some of the new innovations that you folks are bringing to the taxpayers and to the departments here in Weston. And I know one of the things that we're going to talk about is about City Hall systems. Susan, I think that you have a brief demonstration that you're going to share with us today.
Yep. So City Hall systems will be our new online bill payment system for tax payments, motor vehicle excise, and water utility billing. So we had, our prior vendor was Unipay. So that's going to be changing as of July 1st. So you're going to notice on our website, there'll be a different link to City Hall systems. And that will be the new system. We think that it's a new efficient tool. There's a lot of kind of improvements that people will be able to see. They'll be able to see their bill history. You can sign up for bill pay. You don't have to necessarily pay online, but you can actually view your bills online. So if that's something that you're not comfortable with paying online, you can at least, you know, get alerts and tell you when a bill is due, and that kind of stuff. But it is an opt-in program, so the residents themselves will have to opt in to be able to use this program. I don't know, Zoe, if you wanted to add anything before I show. We have a quick demo to show what it is and how to actually sign up for an account.
Yeah, no, all I want to say is that your excise tax bills have been processed by Kelly and Ryan for years. I don't even know when. I think 1992 was when the town went with Kelly and Ryan, but and they and City Hall systems merged as a company, and so it is going to make everybody's life much easier. Your bills are going to be issued by them. Your history, and as Susan will show you on the tutorial, that they are 100% into municipalities and dealing with them. That's what they do. And they're very good at it. They have 200 communities in Massachusetts that they provide this service for. And so it's, I couldn't be more excited because it makes my life easier. It makes Susan's easier, but it will make your life easier. It's just a good product and a very good, anything, you know, the complaints, you know, Leon asked about complaints earlier. You know, there are people that, you know, they have their mortgage company pays their tax bills and they're like, I need a copy of my bill. All of that stuff, as long as you opt in, all of that stuff is there for you. You know, it's a good product and a good, it solves a lot of our problems where we're like, you know, okay, so we'll kind of find your bill. I mean, our system currently doesn't allow us to reprint bills, but I would encourage everybody, and Susan said this, I would encourage everybody to just open an account there. You don't have to pay online. You don't have to do whatever, but you'll get emails saying there's a new water bill out there, or there's a new excise tax bill out there, or there's a new, so it kind of takes away that piece, oh, I didn't know, kind of thing. And anywho, I couldn't be happier about us moving to this, and it's just we realized a lot of our shortcomings during COVID, and this fixes everything. So hopefully you folks will sign on. If you need help, certainly anybody from my office or from Susan's office can help you.
And there's also a dedicated City Hall systems representative.
That will help. Yeah.
So you'll be able to see that information on the town's website through the
Yes.
in the portal and such.
Yes.
So I'm just going to run the quick demos on it so people can get a feel for what it is and how to sign up for an account.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
It is easier now than ever to pay your bills. City Hall Systems is a website where you can view, pay, and manage your bills anytime, anywhere, even on your phone. You can make transactions with the town and look up your account information from the comfort of your own home and any place that has internet access. It is not hard to learn your way around the website, and it provides a lot of great features for your convenience. On City Hall Systems, you can manage bills for boat excise, motor vehicle excise, personal property tax, and real estate taxes. You can manage your water bills. You can also purchase birth, death, marriage, and municipal lien certificates without setting foot into Town Hall. In the near future, you can buy licenses and stickers as well. We know how busy you are. We want to make things as easy as possible for the people in our town. You can use City Hall Systems for all of the towns in Massachusetts who are using it, and that number is increasing every day. How do you remember to pay these different bills? What if you never received your bills? These are not problems anymore. City Hall Systems can send you email reminders so you don't have to remember when a bill is due. If you set up your own account, you can gather all of your bills so they are in the same place, and even pay multiple bills together. You don't need to go to Town Hall or call us if you want to see your payment history. It is all available online. Payments are faster and more secure. You can schedule payments, set up automatic payments every year, and even store your payment information. Your payments are recorded immediately. You no longer have to wait for us to receive payment in the mail or deal with a check getting lost in the mail, and you save on postage too. What if you need help with the website? They've got that covered. Call City Hall Systems Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and they will walk you through whatever you need. The telephone number is 508-381-5455. It is easy to use the site, and we have created tutorials to help get you started. Browse the other videos to learn how to access City Hall Systems, create an account, view and pay bills, and other features.
City Hall Systems allows the option to set up your own personal account. You don't need to set up an account on City Hall Systems to view or pay bills, but creating an account will provide many benefits. You can schedule payments and set up automatic payments so you won't forget to pay a bill. You can also have your various bills show up in your account when they are due to be paid, so you don't have to spend time searching for your bills on the system. Other benefits of having an account include email reminders to pay a bill, access to your bill payment history, and the option to store your payment information so you don't have to keep re-entering your card or check numbers. You can also elect to no longer receive your bill in the mail now that everything is available online. To set up an account on the City Hall Systems website, click on Sign Up. You will be asked to create a username and to provide your email address, name, mailing address, and a password. Please note that both your username and password must be at least 6 characters. When all of your information is entered, click Sign Up. City Hall Systems will email you a link to activate your account. Click Continue and check your email. You will receive a City Hall Systems confirmation email. It should show up in your inbox. If it does not, check your spam and junk folders. City Hall Systems will send you a secure link to activate your account. Click on the link and you will be all set to start using your account. If you ever need help using City Hall Systems, they offer live online support. Just click on Online in the live support box. This chat feature is also multilingual.
Thank you, Susan. That presentation was great. It does sound very exciting. And I think that I speak on behalf of many of the people in Weston that this is going to be something that we're really going to be looking forward to. Tell me, how do you think that this is going to be utilized here in Weston?
Thanks, Leon. As you know, as you saw in the demo, there were a few things that this is a universal system across various towns. So there are options that we won't be using in Weston. For instance, you might have seen like beach passes and birth certificates and all that kind of stuff on there. What we plan to use it for currently is tax payments, motor vehicle excise payments, and water utility billing payments. Stuff might come on in the future, but for now, that's what we plan to use in Weston.
Yeah, no, that's really great. I think it's certainly something that's very exciting, and I do think that, you know, many of the people, even if you're not using it to pay your bills, even the access to the records, you know, in the past is going to be definitely a really interesting tool, and for most of the households here in town. So I want to thank you and your team, and Zoe, I want to thank you for the time that both of you gave to me today in this presentation, and to the residents of Weston. I will see you next time under the cupola. Thank you.